It's a bingo. What a difference a day makes. So we've got our man. Bryan Mbeumo is now a United player. He joins Cunha, which is surely going to make a much more exciting looking attack than we was looking at just a few days ago. What a superb addition for 65 million plus an additional 5 million in future add-ons. However, now we're looking at an attack which has got flair, which has got hard work, and it's full of goals and opportunity. In the space of one day now, as opposed to yesterday when it was all doom and gloom, is he coming, is he not, was left with Cunha, which is okay. Højlund's still hanging around, Xerxes still injured, but he's recovering soon, and was left looking very lightweight up front. Now this changes everything. I know the fees now for these type of players are into the 50s, for 60s and 70 millions. That's one thing I'm a little bit worried about. When we look in the past, when Shevchenko, when Totti, when Vieri, when Zidane, all of the world-class players which demanded prices in terms of 28 million, 32 million, 40 million, 45 million, even back then, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Yes, it seemed a lot then when you compare to 16, 17 million now. However, they were proven world-class players which can play in any league and in World Cups and perform like the world-class player they are. Now, I'm not saying that these players that United are signing aren't of some kind of quality. But now when we're looking at a player what's just slapped on with 50 million or 70 million, and we still have to look at the risk and reward. The risk being, for that price, you don't know how a new player reacts in a certain environment. United's environment for a very, very long time now hasn't been ideal. But when you're looking at the foundations of a player, especially Mbeumo, you got to look at his ratings, you got to look at his hard work. And if we just take a look now from last season with Brentford, and I would say Brentford obviously had a better season than United, even though they didn't get to a European final. If we do look at his expected goals, okay, he came top of the pile above Chris Wood. So expected goals is the amount of goals that was expected to score for the season. So as you can see, he was expected to score around 12.3. Ended up scoring 20 goals in the Premier League, which is a difference of 7.7. Okay. Now, also in the list, we're happy to see Cunha also just behind Chris Wood. And you could argue, look, Chris Wood had an absolute blinder of a season. But it's so promising to have both Mbeumo and Cunha in there. And it shows the creativity between the two. And if they really gel with Bruno, we are likely going to have a very dangerous attack. I'm excited now about it, okay? I was negative and doom and gloom as I post on X. I was worried that signings weren't getting done when clubs all around us were getting their signers in through the door quickly. However, this is just positive news. And look, we can say, are these players worth it? Is he worth it? Yes, it is concerning. However, it's not our money. The club's already been mismanaged for many years now, and we just have to go with it. If we look at the heat map, you can see, yes, predominantly he plays on the right side, but players such as Big Bryce, such as Cunha, even Bruno, okay, I believe we're going to see some rotation between these players. They've got the ability, they've got the creativity, and they've got the goal-scoring ability also to be a complete trio of attacking players. We just need that top man, okay? Højlund, I'm going to get massively shot down, right? Especially from my brother. Højlund, put with these, could turn out to be an absolute machine of a goal scorer. Likelihood is not very likely. Maybe he's going to end up going to AC Milan and scoring 25 goals in a season in Serie A. Okay, he might have the confidence, he might be suited there. However, we have... with these players around him, you've got to say at least Xerxes should be standing a better chance of having a better go at United. I hope so. I quite like Xerxes personally. If you look at Big Bry's record as well, goals scored 20, which was the fourth in the Premier League rankings. Expected assist was 9.26, which was first. Crosses attempted, which was first in the Premier League. Kilometres covered, which was third in the Premier League. And sprints made was also third. So you can see his work rate is not lacking, which is good to know because personally I like someone who's going to be putting the work in as well. And for Brentford, he also had 27 goal contributions, which helped to earn Brentford 22 points, equating to 40% of the Bees' season tally, the Bees being Brentford. Also, I've got personally mixed reviews about the new striker we're being linked with, Benjamin Šeško. So Benjamin Šeško, Slovenian footballer who's currently at Leipzig. And he scored 13 goals in 33 matches last season. The season before that, he scored 14 goals in 31 matches. And when he was at Salzburg, he got 16 goals in 30 matches. So, as you can see, the last 3 seasons, he has been used to scoring the amount of goals which I would say that a good attacking midfielder or wide attacker, wide forward would be scoring, okay? Has he been prolific? Hit in the 20s, 25s and 30s? No, he's not. And the numbers, the fees, what's being flaunted around is around 70 million, 75 million. Now, I'm sorry, when you look at him play, he's a type of player which you can see is ideal. But aren't a lot of players what you see in different leagues, it's really hard to judge if they're going to click or not. Which is the same as Gyökeres, like possibly going to Arsenal now. Yes, he looks like an absolute machine, an absolute monster. However, we don't know how he's going to react. Likely he's going to have a good season, okay? This could be the same for Šeško. He looks like one of these power forwards, power strikers what are coming back into play. He can collect the ball, he can come deep, he can then turn and run direct, just like Gyökeres does. He can finish, he's got the power, he can hold off players, he can beat players. It looks like the type of player we need. It's not just one-dimensional. He's got the ability to just keep the defenders guessing. So, when you look at it like that, yes, excellent, get him in, and with the attacking flair we've now got behind him, possibly a great addition. But 70 million, 75 million, 78 million, what's being bandied around? It's a big question mark. Would I rather, I know it's hard to get players what are reliable now for 30 million it seems like, but other clubs are doing it. Would I rather take that money? Yes, we do need a striker, but could we plug gaps elsewhere in the squad? Possibly yes. Now, with the squad that we're amending, especially in the attacking third, it may suit him because traits that he holds is somewhat of a power forward which can just do everything like I've just mentioned. The likelihood now of him coming to United is more likely than not. We're still in the need for a striker, especially if we offload now Højlund to AC Milan and offload some of the other players which have been looking to move on or looking to be moved on. Which I do believe we are going to start having to offload players before we start making any more big signings now. It's not impossible. Likelihood is we are going to be letting players go at a very, very, very big cut price. However, get them off the books, get the wages off the books, and then we can take it from there. Is this the guy that's going to change the world on his own? But it's another piece in the puzzle which we can start to rebuild by. We've got a positive start, really happy with the signings. We should be excited now. I'm buzzing for the season. Not just for United, it's going to be a massive season. Teams have spent big, and now we are back in the mix slightly. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. In my Premier League predictions, I have put us 5th, okay? Maybe I should be going, yes, we're going in Champions League again, but try and be realistic because I had a feeling that we are going to have more attacking flair, and I think we're just going to get around 5th. Who knows, maybe battling for 4th, but I just believe that the other teams, the other clubs, the big superpower spending clubs now have added to the squads, which are going to make the distance between us and them a little bit more. You've also got Spurs with it. We're very, very good, few shrewd signings as well, so you can't knock their signings. Chelsea have made massive additions, powerful squad now. Arsenal, we all know about. City's these additions are going to be useful, and they've already seemed to bedded in and settled really well. And then you've got Liverpool, which is just adding quality on top of quality. It's going to be a huge season. I'm excited to see how we're going to put up against it. However, things are looking much better than they did yesterday. I'm getting ready for the friendly tonight against Leeds. I'm over here in Taiwan, so it is going to be a kick-off at 9 PM for me here. But I'm excited to see how some of the youngsters play and how Cunha performs as well. And I'm looking at not just technically the performance, but I'm looking about other attributes like his attitude, the way he carries himself. Is he willing to work as a leader or part of a team? Okay, has he got the dynamics, what mixes well with Bruno, and can he create opportunities for whoever is playing at that main central striker role? Time will tell. I'm excited. Thanks for watching. Keep in touch because this is a new channel. I love your support. Take care.